The studio of The View was its usual mix of chaos and polish. Crew members darting between cameras, stage managers whispering cues, and producers checking their earpieces while the audience filled in. It was mid-morning in New York, and the buzz was louder than usual because of one name on the guest list, Jennifer Lopez. The superstar was in the middle of a massive press tour for her new film, and while she was known for her charm and poise, there had been murmurs that she was edgy lately, more candid, more direct, less inclined to play nice when the questions turned personal. By the time the cameras rolled, the stage lights gleamed like diamonds against the glossy set. Whoopi Goldberg opened the show with her usual blend of warmth and wit. All right, let's get right to it," she said, leaning toward the camera. "She's an icon, she's a powerhouse, and she's here to talk about her brand new movie, Second Act 2. Please welcome Jennifer Lopez." The crowd erupted. The applause hit like a wave as Jennifer appeared from backstage, glowing under the lights. She wore a tailored cream pantsuit that shimmered subtly when she moved, her hair slicked into a perfect low bun. The second she stepped into view, people in the audience were already on their feet, phones raised to record the moment. Jennifer smiled wide and waved, her presence commanding but gracious. She hugged Whoopi first, then Joy Behar, then Sunny Hostin, and finally Sarah Haynes. The chemistry seemed friendly, but beneath the professional smiles, there was an undercurrent, the kind of polite tension that only arises when everyone knows something interesting is coming. "Thank you for having me," Jennifer said as she took her seat. Her voice was smooth, steady, that perfect balance between warmth and confidence. "Oh, honey, we're thrilled to have you," Joy said. "You're everywhere right now, music, movies, fashion. How do you sleep?" Jennifer laughed softly. "Not much. But I love what I do, so it doesn't feel like work most of the time." Whoopi nodded. "You've always been that way. I remember your early days. You worked like you were on fire." Jennifer grinned. "Still do." The audience chuckled, and the first few minutes went smoothly. The conversation flowed about her new film, a story about resilience and reinvention, and Jennifer spoke with genuine passion about portraying strong women who didn't apologize for their ambition. The audience leaned in, captivated. But the tone began to shift subtly when Sunny Hostin, who had been quiet until then, interjected. "Jennifer," she began in her deliberate, measured tone, "you've always been incredibly open about your personal life, your relationships, your breakups. Even your new projects often tie into that. I'm curious, though, do you ever feel that being so public makes it harder to separate your personal identity from your celebrity?" Jennifer's smile thinned slightly, though she didn't lose her composure. "That's a good question," she said, her tone polite but guarded. "I've always believed that honesty connects you to people. But I also know that being open doesn't mean giving everything away." Sunny nodded, her expression neutral. "Right, but with fame comes scrutiny. People have opinions, and they're not always kind. Some fans say you react strongly when people criticize your choices, especially online." The air in the studio shifted. The audience grew quieter, sensing the edge beneath Sunny's words. Jennifer leaned back, crossing one leg over the other. "Well," she said slowly, "people love to talk. But when you've been in the spotlight as long as I have, you learn to tell the difference between feedback and projection." A murmur of approval rippled through the audience. Joy gave a little laugh. "Projection, that's a good word." Jennifer smiled faintly. "It's true. Most of the time, what people criticize in others is just what they're unhappy with in themselves." Sunny raised an eyebrow. "So when people say you're defensive, are they projecting too?" The question hung in the air, sharp and loaded. Even Whoopi looked up from her coffee cup, one eyebrow arched. Jennifer didn't flinch. She tilted her head slightly, her voice calm and low. "I think it's funny how often women are called defensive when they stand up for themselves. Men can be assertive, decisive, passionate, and that's fine. But when a woman does it, suddenly she's too sensitive or too strong." The audience clapped, a mix of cheers and murmurs. Jennifer's tone was poised but powerful, every word deliberate. Sunny smiled coolly. But don't you think part of that comes with how open you've been? You've shared a lot of your life through your music, through interviews, even your documentaries. Doesn't that kind of invite people to form opinions? Jennifer's eyes locked on hers. Of course, she said, but inviting opinions doesn't mean I'm inviting disrespect. People forget that behind every headline, there's a human being. When the cameras came back from the commercial break, the energy in the studio was strangely tense yet charged, like the air before a summer storm. The audience was still buzzing from Jennifer Lopez's sharp exchange with Sonny Hostin. Even as the upbeat theme music faded, everyone could sense the temperature in the room had shifted. Whoopi, ever the diplomat, took control first. "Welcome back to The View! We're still here with the incredible Jennifer Lopez," she said with her signature half-smile. "And before we dive into her upcoming tour, we've got to talk about the new single that's already breaking records." Jennifer nodded gracefully, her smile back in place, but her posture was composed, the kind of calm that comes from being fully in control. She was used to moments like this. Hollywood could be a minefield, and Jennifer had long since learned how to walk through it in heels without losing balance. Sonny, however, wasn't done. As the screen behind them flashed with images from Jennifer's latest music video, Sonny leaned forward again, that cool, inquisitive expression returning. "The video's incredible," she began smoothly, "but it's also sparked a lot of discussion online, especially about the themes of empowerment and control. Some people are saying it's a response to the rumors about your marriage. That it's—" Whoopi interrupted quickly. "That it's art. Sonny, that's what it is." The audience laughed, but Sonny didn't take the hint. "I just mean," she continued, "you've been very vocal about women taking ownership of their lives, but some say you tend to push back hard when criticized. Do you think that sometimes being empowered can come off as defensive?" The laughter died instantly. Jennifer's smile froze for a half-second, just long enough for the cameras to catch the flicker of steel in her eyes. Then she leaned forward slightly, her hands folded neatly on the table. "Sonny," she said evenly, "I think you've asked me that twice today, just in different words." The audience gave a soft, "Oh," and even Joy Bahar's eyebrows shot up. Sonny blinked. "Well, I'm just—" "No, it's fine," Jennifer cut in, her tone sharp but still measured. "You're doing your job. But here's the thing. You can't talk about empowerment and then question a woman for showing strength. You can't tell me to be authentic and then call it attitude when I am." The audience broke into applause, and Joy actually clapped her hands. Whoopi gave a knowing smile, but Sonny didn't back off. "I get that," Sonny said, voice cool. "But it's a public platform, Jennifer. Don't you think the way you respond sometimes, especially when people ask about personal matters, can overshadow your message?" Jennifer laughed softly, shaking her head. "You mean, when I refuse to let people turn my life into gossip?" The crowd erupted again, cheering her on. "Because let's be honest," she continued, her tone firm but passionate now. "I've been in this business for decades. People have tried to define me. Through headlines, through speculation, through relationships. And you know what? I've outlasted all of it. So if I protect my boundaries, it's not because I'm defensive. It's because I earned the right to." The applause grew so loud that Whoopi had to pause the segment. Even Sarah Haynes, who usually stayed neutral, looked impressed. "Preach!" Joy muttered, half under her breath, but her mic caught it, and the audience laughed. Sonny's lips twitched into a polite smile, but her eyes were flashing. "No one's trying to define you," she said carefully. "We're just asking the questions people want answers to." "And I'm giving them," Jennifer replied, not missing a beat. "But I think the problem isn't my answers. It's that some people don't like women who answer without apologizing." The crowd stood this time, cheering wildly. Jennifer didn't even look at them. Her gaze stayed fixed on Sonny, calm and unwavering. Whoopi stepped in again, clapping her hands. All right. I think we all just got schooled in Confidence 101, she said, breaking the tension with humor. Let's take a quick breath, shall we? Joy chuckled. A long one, preferably. The laughter eased the room a little, and for a moment it seemed like things might settle down. But Sunny, her pride pricked, wasn't ready to let it go entirely. I just think transparency goes both ways, Sunny added, glancing toward Jennifer again. You've built your brand on being real. So don't you think your fans deserve that same openness even when the questions are uncomfortable? Took a long breath, her jaw air now, but every syllable carried weight. I've given my whole life to my art, my music, my films, my performances. That's where my truth lives. But when it comes to my personal life, that belongs to me, and no one, no host, no headline, no comment section gets to take that away. Tattissen now.